Hey, how are you doing today? I'm trying to figure out the best practice for this. So I first built the front end to be exactly the way I want it. It works, it functions, everything's going perfectly. But this is for a general contractor. So everything everything is just working perfect. I like it. And what I was thinking is that I essentially need to do the exact same thing for a subcontractor. So, for example, if you go to House, I don't know if you're familiar with that UK, but they have all of these different things. Um, even maintenance people and just this is even obviously exponentially bigger than mine. But if you notice in any of these pages, they always keep the same consistent page. They never really change it. And I think obviously they've learned the hard way, and I don't want to do that either. Let's just say I make a change for the size of this heading for the general contractor. I don't want to then have to remember to go back and do that for the subcontractor too. Um, so I think I set it all up. Um, and the way that oops, I should sign in real quick. Great. I use the same user ID. Oops, I use the right password. Okay, so when you go to the home page and then just click, you can go to the edit profile, right? And the way that I thought we could somehow do this is by when they changed here, we can create a general contractor page, and then if the user goes here, then they create a subcontractor. Then all of the inputs are consistent, and the outputs to build the pages are going to be the exact same. The problem I'm running into is that this page, at first I was calling it the GC company homepage, but really it's just a company homepage, and it's going to be for both general contractors and for subcontractors. The problem is the type of content here is general contractor. So when I built it out, excuse me, so when you go back over to the workflow for save, oops, so we're going to call it add a general contractor, even though it's really add a company page. Maybe I should change that for you, not to confuse you. I'll do that before I send this over. So on the workflow, so when you click save, the idea was to make a change to a list of general contractors only when the drop down is general contractor, and then create this page. And then the other function was make a list to subcontractors. And the way I was isolating it was list of general contractors, and then the company name had to be equal to the company name. So back over here, the company name, wherever it is, company name has to be equal to the user, which is the company name. So kind of it isolates it there. So I thought it was going to work, and I was going to do for subcontractors only when the drop down is subcontractor. So if it wasn't a subcontractor, it wouldn't even change anything over here. The problem is when I go to this page, data to send subcontractors, then of course it says, why, and it says the user content is general contractor. So over here on the page, crap, but I just showed you that a second ago. So I would have to switch this over to subcontractor, and then I get all these, obviously the error messages over here because the contractor went away. So I don't know how to do it, and or. Is it and or merged with? I have no idea. I guess all I know is that when you create the page, company page, I don't know how to make it two types of data. So it would be general contractor merge with or and subcontractor, and then you can create 2 pages. Not even sure that's possible. And quite honestly, as the more I've developed this and really started to understand the database structure, I'm really curious if, even though I directed us to do this, since the general contractors are so close, I mean, almost everything is the same about us. The address is really the only difference is list of bids, list of trades on the subcontractor side, and the only difference on the general contractor side is list of projects. And I'm going to duplicate all of these, which is the list of reviews. So I don't know, maybe as this has been developed, is there a point to have general contractor and subcontractor? Like, should we just have company so the users have companies? I don't know, I really need to think about that. But if that was the case and these were both companies, then you could easily create the page, because the type of content would be company. But I'm really not sure long term what's the repercussion of it. So maybe think about it, and then I'll change this to company page right now to not confuse you. And for now, we'll just call it add company. But realistically, I've only built this for contractors, so it would be add company and then company page. But I don't know. Maybe we should talk about it on the phone and then go from there.